Meet MasterChief, the galaxy's tallest and quietest problem solver. MasterChief is basically what happens when you mix a tank, a monk, and a one-liner action hero, then wrap the whole thing in armored Tupperware. He's a 7-foot-tall super soldier who speaks only when the plot demands it, punches aliens like it's a full-time job, and solves 99% of his problems with, "What if I just blow it up?" It does not matter what kind of crisis the galaxy is in, whether it's a Covenant invasion, a zombie fungus outbreak, or a malfunctioning Ringworld superweapon. Everyone turns to the same guy. His resume reads, John 117, the professional planet saver, amateur vehicle flipper, and the UNSC's most dangerous introvert. And in this video we're gonna go over some of his shenanigans during 2 of the games. And where best to start then? It begins with MasterChief waking up from cryosleep, like a grumpy space bear, only to hear, "Hey, the ship is exploding, grab your armor and try not to die." And after getting his bearings, stretching his legs and looking cool as hell, he meets Captain Keyes. And exactly 12 seconds later, everything goes to shit. Keyes then, as one would do in a situation such as this, promptly hands Chief a pistol and a mission and approximately 0 emotional support. Chief then proceeds by sprinting through burning corridors, bobbing, weaving and dodging plasma bolts, explosions, and Marines asking, "Where the hell do we go?" Chief's answer, "Forward. Always forward." And after some more shooting and punching aliens, Chief and Cortana hijack a lifeboat, and in Chief's usual fashion, crash land on a ring world that looks like a space architect's thesis project. And I mean, the first few moments when you arrive, it doesn't actually look that bad. It is actually quite beautiful. There's blue skies, green valleys, and packed with ancient alien architecture that screams definitely important, 100% cursed. While exploring said ring, Chief and Cortana also discover some Covenant troops who don't appreciate surprise Spartan visits. Chief then evaluates the situation and gets in a warthog, which drives with the grace of a caffeinated moose, rescues some Marines by accidentally running them over. Admit it, we have all done it. And Chief also discovers that Covenant troops have mastered the art of yelling before dying. After some more shooting and driving, Chief realizes that the Covenant think that Halo is a super holy doomsday relic for their silly religious beliefs. Chief does not share their mindset. He thinks Halo is a great place to shoot things on. And thus, more conflict ensues. Chief is also sent to investigate a rather suspicious facility that could be of interest. The UNSC Marines, however, report something not Covenant, sir. Something else. Chief then basically responds with, "Aight, cool, definitely safe." Proceeds to open the door. And what do you know? The flood burst out like a zombie mosh pit, screeching in fungus noises and just make the vibes so much worse for everyone involved. Chief's reaction? Nope, nope, nope. To which I totally agree with him on. Sometime after the incident, Chief and Cortana run into a rather peculiar thing named 343. A very excitable robot orb who immediately adopts Chief as his bestest friend, helper and errand boy. And Mr. Hovering Blue Menace puts Chief to work and want him to activate the ring. TLDR of the conversation is basically, let's activate the ring. What does it do? Nothing galaxy ending if that's what you're worried about. Cortana then horrified, it kills everything! Chief then, in usual Chief fashion, loads his shotgun. Always nice to see consistency in games. A lot of shooting later and finding out Captain Keyes has been assimilated by the flood, Chief is then forced to kill him to retrieve the neural implants that can destroy the Halo ring. He then promptly breaks into the Pillar of Autumn's wreckage, grabs a nuke's worth of explosives, fights through angry Covenant, ravenous floods, and sparks army of floating Roombas with lasers. And if that ain't enough awesomeness for you, he then gets into a Warthog. Again, nice to see consistency. And drives it through an exploding ring world in what I would consider the most iconic space car chase of all time. Halo then detonates, and Chief doesn't look back because, as we all know, cool guys don't look at explosions. Mission status achieved. And that's basically Halo 1. And what happens after 1? Well, we go to number 2. Now, Halo 2 is my personal favorite out of all the Halo games. But whoever decided that when you die in co-op, you both respawn at the latest checkpoint is a sadistic freak who enjoyed the suffering of others a little bit too much. But besides that, Halo 2 is an absolute beast of a game. And the remastered with modernized graphics, like, oh my god. This is what we saw when we were kids. This is what the game looked like to us in 2004. Anyway, I digress. The time has come for some more Chief's shenanigans. We begin our next leg of the journey with some ceremonies, with completely different vibes. Master Chief gets a shiny medal for blowing up a Halo ring, and he just stands there looking like a giant armored coat rack while everyone claps. Then we also get a rather emotional moment, where Miranda Keyes gets a medal for her father's bravery and service to the UNSC, which basically plays out like this. My dad died heroically. Chief then gives us the most emotion that he can muster, by staring directly into the void. Now that's what I call character growth. Meanwhile, across the galaxy at Covenant location, an elite commander gets publicly roasted for not stopping the demon. His trial is basically, you failed. He is a Bio-Titan in armor. Excuses. He is then stripped of rank and forced into the role of the Arbiter, which is like being promoted to Manager of Lost Causes. Not too much time later, the Covenant show up at Earth like uninvited wedding guests, and Chief defends Earth with zero subtlety. He repel borders inside Cairo Station, blowing up aliens, corridors, vents, basically anything with a texture. Chief also rides a bomb into space, which is one of the coolest scenes in gaming history. He literally jumps out of a space station and serves a bomb through vacuum directly onto the enemy ship, delivering it like UPS for destruction. Then we take the fight to the surface, after we learn that Chief can fly pretty good, for a brick, where Chief continues to blow up Covenant forces and a Scarab, after which we proceed by following a Covenant ship through slipspace. Then we do a character swap and start the Arbiter's unhappy beginnings, which starts rather fittingly regarding their beliefs. His first job is to clear out heretics, a group of elites who discovered the prophets are lying about everything. Rude, but accurate. He fights sentinels, jetpack elites, and a lot of precarious catwalk battles. He finishes the job, but walks away more confused than enlightened. Jumping back to our favorite brick who can fly surprisingly good, we found out where the Covenant ship jumped to. They've discovered another Halo. The Covenant are overjoyed at such a discovery. UNSC, not so much. And so they turn to 117. Oh, he's already in a dropship. Chief lands on Delta Halo like it's a tropical vacation. And just like the previous ring, there are waterfalls, ancient temples, lush jungles. There are also elites, jackals, brutes, turrets, snipers, grenades, and regretful prophets. And so, Chief does what Chief does best. Starts carving his way through the landscape with the enthusiasm of a man speedrunning violence. Speaking of regretful prophets, Chief finds the Prophet of Regret doing a sermon in a temple. He then does what any sane person would do and beats Regret to death with his bare hands. Which naturally makes the rest of the Covenant quite upset, since killing a prophet is like kicking the Pope off a cliff. And so the Covenant freak out. A massive laser blast from orbits detonate the temple. Chief dives into the water to avoid being exploded, only to get captured by something. Enter the Flood. A giant, sarcastic, moldy octopus known as the Gravemind grabs both Chief and the Arbiter, throws them together and recites poetry like it's auditioning for Shakespeare in the Park. The Gravemind is like, "I am the monument to all your sins." To which both Chief and the Arbiter promptly responds, "What? You two are working together now, okay? Bye." He sends Chief to deal with the prophets, and the Arbiter to expose the Covenant lies. After the death of a prophet, Truth and Mercy decides that the elites no longer can guarantee their safety, and so replaces them with the brutes. Truth and Mercy are like, "The elites are too smart, too capable, and too honorable. Let's demote them." The brutes then immediately, "We are ready to serve," which in translation means we have muscles and no impulse control. The elites are then like, "This is gonna end badly." It ends very badly. A Covenant civil war basically begins. Brutes start slaughtering elites, elites start battling brutes, everything is exploding. On the surface of the ring, however, Miranda Keyes and Sergeant Johnson have in the meantime managed to find the index key. But they are ambushed by the Arbiter, and soon afterward captured by Tartarus, the brute chieftain. He is big, hairy, and running entirely on bad decisions. The Arbiter then gets some clarity about recent events and join up once more with Halfjaw in order to stop Tartarus and the activation of Halo. Tartarus tries to activate Delta Halo using the index stolen from Keyes. Arbiter confronts him with some help of Halfjaw and Sergeant Johnson, marking the beginning of the best human elite bromance in gaming. Battle ensues. Tartarus accuses the Arbiter of heresy. The Arbiter tells him, "No, you're just wrong." And after a long and tedious boss fight, the Arbiter wins, shutting down the ring. Everyone's happy, right? Well, not quite. We still have the ending that broke the internet. And so we come back to Chief in his mission to deal with the prophets. And quite quickly we find Mercy on the floor, almost floodified. And after dealing with Mercy and shooting a hell of a lot of Covenant, Flood, and having to leave Cortana behind, Chief sneaks aboard a Covenant carrier heading straight to Earth. And we get the most badass ending and cliffhanger all in one.
This is Spartan 117.
Anyone hear me? Over.
Isolate that signal. Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.